So welcome back. My name is Kome, and in this class, I'm going to take you through functions. To cover functions, we'll cover what is a function prototype. We'll also cover what is a function call. We'll also cover what is function definition. So to get started, I'll move straight to where I store my C programs, which is in a desktop. In the desktop, a folder bearing my name, and then C programs. So I'll create a program which is and to numbers.c using nano, and this is simply a file which will contain all the function that I need really to add two numbers. So I'll move straight to hash include stdio.h. Then I'll move to the function prototype. In the function prototype, this is where you really declare your function. So I'm going to declare a function which will be returning an integer called sum, and to carry in it two parameters, maybe the first number and the second number that I'm going to add. From there, I'm going to move straight to int main. From there, I will declare variables to hold first number, variables for the second number, and maybe a variable to hold the total. From there, I'll print f. I'll say to the user enter two numbers, and then I'll scan f. I'll use the type specifier for an integer. Use again the type specifier for an integer, and then I'll call using now the ampersand for the address of num1 and then address of num2. So what I'm simply saying here is that take this value that will be entered and store it in the memory location where num1, the memory location of the address of num1. So from there, I'm going now to call my function, which I'm going to implement later. And then this function itself, I'm going to assign it maybe to a variable called total, which will now be assigned to the function called sum, and then I'll pass in num1, then num2. So from there, I'll simply print f to the screen, say the sum is, then of course I'll use the type specifier for an integer, and then I'll say total. From there, of course, I'll return my 0 as the case in the main program, and then I'll end it there. Now I have to implement sum, or rather define it. I will define it by calling int, I'm going to say int sum, carry in int a and int b. So what happens here is that a will be assigned to what was passed in as num1, and b will be assigned to what was passed in as num2. So from there, I'm simply going to return a plus b, which is the sum of a plus b. Then I'll end my program there. When you look at this, this is the function prototype, this is the function call, and this is the function definition, or rather implementation. So this is simply a user-defined function which I have created called sum. So from there, I'm just going to exit. I'll save. I'll now compile my program using GCC and to numbers.c, and I'll store it in a file called add to numbers. So I think there's a problem. GCC. Okay, I missed the output flag. Slash output and to numbers. From there, I'm simply going to run the add to numbers file. So enter the two numbers, 20 and 30.